On this episode of TrailCam, I take my bow to a large conservation area in midwestern Missouri in search of a mature white-tailed buck. I try saddle hunting for the first time and use single rope climbing technique, which proves to be very challenging at first. My name is Cameron Hull. I'm a husband, father, and outdoors enthusiast. I'm a map maker by trade and an outdoorsman by passion. I wanted to share this passion with my friends and family. I'm not a professional outdoorsman, and by most standards, I'm not even very good. Well, that's pretty exciting. I hope you enjoy this series as much as I've enjoyed creating it. This is TrailCam. This has been an absolute disaster. This is the early portion of the Missouri archery season, and I'm hunting the same area where I got my first archery kill 2 years ago. I spent the first part of the season combing the area looking for fresh signs of deer activity. I typically like to put eyes on the deer I'm after, but this first spot seemed very promising. It is illegal for hunters to place trail cameras on public land here in Missouri, and deer stands are only allowed during a small portion of the year and have to be removed after the season. This added challenge makes it a more level playing field for everyone, which makes it harder to find where the large deer are working. So this is the line I set yesterday, and I set this so you could do this. So that definitely didn't work the way it was supposed to. This has been an absolute disaster. The first hunt did not go the way I thought it would in my mind. The single rope technique added other challenges I had not anticipated. There were also signs that other hunters were working the section. I decided to abandon this spot and try another part of the area. It's typical in Missouri to interact with other hunters on public land. This is why I choose to use archery method as my primary technique. I try to stick to the archery method only land as much as possible. It significantly reduces the number of hunters I'm likely to encounter. When I couple that with hunting areas that are long walks over difficult terrain, I can usually find an area all to myself. I had originally planned to go deeper into the woods, to the location where the public land adjoined the private cornfield. But this spot had an active scrape line and multiple rubs within bow range, and I had already bumped 2 deer. So I decided to sit for the night. This weird 4x2 came in less than 15 minutes of me being here. He was a cool looking deer, and if he was about 3 years older, I would have punched that fun ticket. That was exciting. This deer is trying to chase me. This little fawn. Probably can't see it, but it's been following me. It's funny. Most of the days that I spent on this side of the river were pretty mild, temperature-wise, usually in the upper 40s. But with the diurnal temperature swings, my waders were always frozen when I'd put them on the next day, which always made for a chilly start. There's a little squirrel over here. Let's see if I can get him with my bow. Be kind of fun. This was a pretty rough day to begin with. The set that I had prepared the day before ended up exactly like the debacle from my first hunt. My set line broke and my rope got stuck in the tree, so I did a ground sit that morning instead. And I had also forgotten my lunch, and having a 2-mile round trip and a river crossing, I decided I would try to shoot a squirrel with my bow. I'd recently purchased this bow second hand from a friend of mine, and he helped me tune it, and we had accidentally put an extra half twist in the string when we adjusted my peep sight. So when I drew down on the squirrel the first time, the peep sight was off center. So I let off and I fixed the sight and I redrew the bow. This time, the knock came out of the back of the arrow. The squirrel ran off, and I imagine it was probably thinking that I was a bonehead. He wasn't wrong. I kind of had a crappy morning, and kind of didn't go the way I was expecting it to go today. So I was kind of messing around. Started walking. There was another part of this public land I wanted to check out, and so I was walking down here and I saw a squirrel, and I was going to try to make a video of me shooting the squirrel, but when I was doing that, I ended up bumping a really nice deer. I didn't want to follow it too far and for too long, so I kind of set up a little makeshift ground blind like I did the other day. And I'm going to see if that buck will circle back around. I don't know, but it's better than chasing him out of the country. So I'm going to just sit here for a little while and see what happens, see if he'll come back. It's pretty warm out today. It's probably like 75 right now. I'm in a different spot. I'm in this scrape line that I found a couple of weeks ago, or last week I guess it was. The wind's out of the south, and so I thought that I could back up closer to the river if I was here and not give him a chance to kind of downwind me. So that's where I'm at. It was not a very good start to the day.
I'm feeling pretty good about it now, though. The river crossing was a lot deeper where I decided to cross, and I ended up getting my shoes wet. I ended up getting my whole bag, just everything got wet. But it's fine. It's 75 degrees. It's only gonna drop to like 65 this evening, so like I'm pretty much a polar bear as it is. So like otherwise I hate being wet, but you know, I've worked really hard for this setup, and y'all want to hunt this out and see what it's gonna do. Man, I just got set up here, and I just happened to look behind me and set up right over there is another deer stand. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that at all. Like, what the heck is going on here? He must be coming in from the private ground, because I have not seen any tracks from people crossing the river. I just cannot believe that at all. I'm so disappointed. There was a little fawn or something, like maybe this year's baby. He's just ran. I just got footage of him. He's just right over there now. I think he probably heard me trying to talk a little bit or move the camera around. But that was kind of neat. 2 deers within a few minutes, so I think I'd say I'm in the right spot for tonight. 30 more minutes of legal shooting. Doesn't look like it's going to pan out for me today. I'm going to sit here for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to start working my way down. I'm going to have to find a different way to cross the river, because the way that I crossed the river to get here was not a good move, and it absolutely sucked. So I'm going to have to, I don't know, figure that out. So I'm going to sit here for 5 or 10 more minutes and then start backing in. Just couldn't just make it happen today. Fortunately for me, the other side of the river isn't this leafy. It's still got quite a few leaves, but I am able to walk a little bit quieter over there. Also, with my other boots and pants on, I don't make nearly as much noise. river's up a little bit. Makes it better for me to cross it incognito without a whole bunch of people knowing what I'm doing. If anybody were to come down here and check it out, they might get a funky idea that they need to cross the river. I don't think many people will, though. It's a lot of work. You're wrong about not being so many leaves and me being able to walk quieter. This is ridiculous. Carrying a bow in one hand and self-filming the other doesn't make it any easier. I've always had kind of a heavy foot, but this is getting ridiculous. And there's like no wind current at all either. So I'll just take my time. We got a guy surveying over there. That's cool. Probably gonna blow up our shit. Yep, there he's surveying. It's probably not gonna be good fucking hunt. Not really what I wanted to see. That's pretty exciting. I've been up here 15-20 minutes and already had a little 3x3 come in. It's probably 60 yards off. There's one, it's not legal. Two, it's too small. It's not what I'm looking for. But this means I'm moving. I'm hoping that I can get a bigger one to come in here pretty soon. I've got about 10 minutes of legal shooting. I don't know, man. There was a lot of action tonight, but I did not see the deer that I was thinking I was going to see. I got some footage of some deer. I don't know. This did not go how I thought it was going to go tonight. I totally misread this spot. I thought that there was going to be a jumbo in here, but I was wrong. Well, I've decided I'm going to leave my sticks here, because I'm not giving up on this spot, and I'll be here, maybe Sunday night, I don't know. My wife's going to hang out with her friend. It's the first time that she's been able to get out since the baby was born, so it's going to be just me and the boys, which will be fun. So I don't know. Maybe let this spot cool down. I definitely want to hit this area again. I did kind of wonder if they weren't going to take this path up to that cornfield up there, and I think based on what I saw today, that's what they were doing. And I did see a bunch of does in there. I tried rattling as a last-ditch effort to make something happen. And that's what actually got that last 4x3 to come in. You'll see that on the video. But I'm gonna start packing up camp and start headed to the river. It's gonna be dark, super dark by the time I get there, but I'm gonna leave some of my stuff here so it won't be too bad. Set up on a pretty good trail. I wish I could be back a little bit more, but I'm kind of like right on it. Maybe we'll see what happens. I don't have high hopes for it, but we'll just see. It's kind of a disappointing day. Hopefully we can turn it around with some action. Goofy antlered deer. I don't know.
By and large, I'm happy with my decision to hunt this side of the river. I was able to see deer, turkey, and other wildlife every hunt. I think this will continue to be a spot that I hunt over the next couple of years. I just think these deer need a few years to mature. For now, I'm going to try a completely different location.